This video is about the new Denon A10H home theater receiver. We'll discuss all of its features and technology, sound quality, and then help you decide whether the A10H is the correct receiver for you. Let's get started. When Denon released the AVR-A10H flagship home theater receiver, they knew it was a game changer. The A series represents the best of Denon, and with its massive transformer, the A10H is a true powerhouse for home theater lovers. Now, the A10H follows in those footsteps with 13.4 available channels instead of the A10H's 15.4. It still delivers 150 watts per channel and packs in similar features, but comes at a lower price for those who don't need more than 13 channels. This makes it possible to get into Denon's flagship A series for around $2,000 less than the A10H. Now, this new A10H is stepping in to replace the popular X8500H AVR. While it shares the same specs as its predecessor, the A10H packs a better power supply transformer and introduces newer, upgraded features inspired by Denon's flagship A10H receiver. Plus, like the A10H, the A10H is built in Denon's Shirakawa, Japan facility and meticulously tuned by Denon Soundmasters to meet the high standards that you'd expect from a flagship model. Now, we've always liked how Denon keeps the look simple and effective with their AVRs. Sometimes keeping the traditional look just works. The front panel is simply laid out with a large volume knob on the right side, followed by an input selector on the left. A large, easy-to-read display and power button seemingly round out the front panel. Now, a flip-down door on the front panel hides all of the other buttons and settings, allowing the A10H to keep its clean look while also having access to all the essential controls right from the front panel. Now, the casework on the A10H is also of super high quality with a full aluminum front panel and metal side and back panels. While the Denon A10H looks a lot like Denon's other lower cost receivers, once you look at the build quality and parts, you will see that Denon pulled all the stops for this A10H, just like the A10H. Now, it comes in around 52 pounds, which is heavy for an AV receiver, and shows that Denon put a serious power supply inside. Now, when you spin it around, the rear panel is fully stocked with all of the needed connections in today's AV components. Now, it has 7 total HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision compatible HDMI inputs that are fully 8K capable and can offer 4K 120Hz for gamers who want to get the most out of their games. Now, HDMI ARC and eARC are also supported here, so any TV with ARC or eARC will be compatible. Now, there's also legacy, composite, and component inputs for anyone wanting to use an older DVD player or any other legacy video source. Plus, there are 2 Toslink and 2 coax digital inputs for all of your digital sources, as well as a moving magnet phono input. Now, 6 analog inputs are also offered for any legacy analog components, and Zone 2 and Zone 3 inputs are provided for multi-room audio. Now, one of the more important features of the most flagship level AVRs are the preamp outputs. And the A10H has preamp outputs for every channel plus 4 independently controlled subwoofer outputs. This means the A10H can grow with you should you decide to add additional outboard power amplifiers. And if you've never experienced using room correction for 4 independent subs in your system, you're in for a treat with the A10H. It can really bring your bass to the next level in your setup. Now, in addition, 3 12-volt trigger outputs and 1 in and 1 out remote control connection for home control systems are also featured. Plus, FM antenna, Ethernet, and a powered USB socket for powering accessories or streaming sticks are also included. Now, looking at this rear panel might be somewhat intimidating initially, but with all these connections, they are super well laid out and marked so that you know exactly what they mean. Plus, when you purchase from audioadvice.com, you'll have our team of experts to answer any questions you might have when it comes to setting it up. Now, let's move to the inside of this unit. Denon chose to use 9 high-end 2-channel ESS DAC chips for all 13.4 channels of the A10H, meaning that you get all the details in your favorite music or movies, and they will be delivered in its purest form up to 24-bit 192 kHz. Plus, you get full support for Dolby Atmos, DTS:X, IMAX Enhanced, Auro 3D, and Sony 360 Reality Audio. It's all included, so all the content will sound its best with this A10H. Denon also includes Audyssey MultEQ XT32, which is an easy and straightforward option for room correction, but the added Dirac support is much more important. button here. Here at Audio Advice, we are huge fans of room correction as it can make your system sound so much better in most cases. And while MultEQ will do a really good job, we think that Dirac is one of the very best room correction softwares on the market today, and we even have a super in-depth tutorial on how to use it that I will link below. Now yes, extra costs are involved in getting Dirac, but once you hear a Dirac tuned speaker system, there's just no going back. So we absolutely love the option of adding Dirac right away or down the line if you want to bring your performance in your room to the next level. Now, one of the most essential parts of a quality receiver is its power amplification. Even the best processing on the planet will only reach the speakers if the power amplifiers are of the same quality. Now, Denon knows this well and has given the A10H a proper amplification stage to bring out the best performance. Now, Denon rates the amplifiers in the A10H at 150 watts per channel into 8 ohms with 2 channels driven, and 190 watts per channel into 6 ohms with 2 channels driven as well. This is serious power for an AVR, and while these ratings are only for 2 channels driven, Denon has something called its 70% guarantee. This means that the A10H is guaranteed to be able to hit 70% of its rated power into 5 channels. But in recent years, independent tests have actually confirmed that the Denon A-series receivers generally do even better than their 70% guarantee, which is excellent news, and we can thank Denon's use of an ample power supply with good capacitance for this ability. Now, people not planning on using all of the A10H channels and staying with a 5, 7, or 9 channel speaker system can also take advantage of the A10H's custom amplifier assign mode. This mode will assign amplifier channels not in use to bi-amplify channels in use, allowing you to bi-amp your main speakers, center channel, or surround speakers in your theater system up to 13 total channels of amplification. This enables users to take advantage of all amplifier channels, even if you don't have a complete 13 channel speaker system. This will allow for a more dynamic and effortless sound experience. In addition, you can even save different speaker configurations for various listening situations. So this means you can have one set up so that when just you are in the room and it's focused in that one spot, or you can have it set up if you have a party and lots of people are in the room at the same time, it can be focused across the entire room, so it has the best optimized listening for everyone in the room. Now, this is just an excellent option as it allows you to basically have 2 independently optimized systems in one room. Now, in addition, the A10H here has HEOS built in. Now, HEOS supports Amazon Music, Pandora, SiriusXM, SoundCloud, Spotify, Tidal, and Tidal Connect, and Deezer Hi-Fi. However, Qobuz and Apple Music are missing as of this video. Now, Tidal High Res will give the A10H and any other HEOS device the ability to play tracks up to 192K 24-bit natively. In addition to music streaming services, you can use HEOS to access and distribute music from locally stored content on media servers or PCs in your home. Now, Apple users are also invited to the party with support for AirPlay 2 streaming. Now, knowing how well we like the A1H, we were really excited to get this A10H into our test lab. We used the excellent Denon Setup Assistant to set up the A10H, which only required a TV connection to get started. The Denon Setup Assistant took over and told us exactly how to connect the A10H to our sources and speakers and walked us through the initial steps to get connected and up and running super quickly. Now, we started out streaming music to the A10H to see how well the internal streamer and DAC performed. Now, Emmanuel Wilkins just released his new 2024 album, Blues Blood, and it's a really good one. Blue Notes Records rarely misses with their albums, and this one is super good. The Denon A10H allowed the soul of this music to shine through the speakers. It has that familiar, impactful, and alive sound that Denon is known for, while keeping the complete control of the speakers. The Denon A10H allowed the soul of this music to shine through the speakers. It has that familiar, dynamic, and alive sound that Denon is known for, while keeping complete control of the speakers. The bass was deep and impactful, but detailed, allowing us to hear bass drum impacts with precision and focus. Stand-up bass kept its acoustic quality while not sounding lost or unfocused in the mix. The mid-range had great vocal clarity and instruments were very well separated in the space. For movies, we ran our selection of test movie scenes with the A10H running a full 7.2.4 theater setup. Every movie we played sounded fantastic and never stumbled on the A10H. There were really great dynamics, good bass control and quality, and the overall sound clarity was some of the best that we've heard from an AVR at this price point. Now, just like the A1H, this A10H is a true performer, and we could see many people who aren't going to need the extra channel count of the A1H going with the A10H and being extremely happy. Receivers like this A10H really show us true high-end performance that you can get from an AVR. After spending a lot of time with the Denon A10H and hearing what it could do with our favorite music and movie soundtracks, Again, we were just really quite impressed. Now, the Denon Setup Assistant is just so easy to use, and we think that options like this should be mandatory on all products. It was easily powered by our test system, which was a home theater setup with Bowers & Wilkins 700S3 speakers, and it only was bettered by much more expensive and complex separate components. Now, the preamp outputs and independently controlled subwoofer outputs are excellent for future growth controllability. And with the included HEOS app, music streaming should be easy and sound really good. Now, if you do have more questions about this, please reach out to our team of experts at audioadvice.com or stop by one of our award-winning showrooms. Plus, if you're planning a home theater or media room, you have to check out our Home Theater Central at audioadvice.com, where we have everything home theater related, including buying guides, home theater showcases, an inspiration gallery, and even our free home theater design tool that does all the heavy lifting for you to create the optimal home theater space. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please continue supporting us by giving it a like, hitting the subscribe button, and turning on the notifications so you don't miss out on any of our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.